All right, welcome back. Like I keep saying, the campaign and political seasons are officially open. Some people call it the transfer season because we're going to see a lot of politicians move across party lines. But we're going to be talking youth engagement at the polls in the upcoming general elections. I'm joined here now by Honorable Dr. Aziza Tishao, who's the Speaker of the Nigerian Youth Parliament. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I'm going to start with a very direct question because a lot of people have been asking about this PVC thing, and people are not sure about how this works. So for those who are still not able to get theirs, how does a Nigerian get their PVC? Do they have to look for an INEC office? Is it online? How does this work? Is it as complex as people think it is?
Not necessarily. Thankfully, we have the continuous voters registration. But for you as a Nigerian to apply for your PVC, you have to be 18 and above. So that's the major criteria. And so the first thing to do now is that you have the online option of identifying an INEC office within your local government area. There's one INEC office in each local government all over Nigeria. Now, to make it easier, you have an online platform, so you can easily go on to the INEC website or access any other youth engagement platform that you know that can easily bring those things closer to you. So online, you register basically easy biodata, some other informations online, your location, this and that. Those data that they can easily be verified online. And then after which you take that printed physical copy and then move to the INEC office for your biometrics. That is the part that is also very, very important. So it's a two-segment kind of thing. You understand? So even if you are changing your location for your or any important data on your PVC card, you are changing your location, you are changing your name, whatever information on it, you can start the process online, and you can fulfill up to 70 to 80% of the requirement online. Then you move on to the INEC to take your biometrics, and then
they give you a date to pick up.
Give you a date to pick up.
What about those who already have a voter's card from the last elections? Yeah. Do they need to go and do any verification, or is that fine?
No, not at all. Once you have your voter's card, and then if you are concerned about for one thing or the other, you can also access the INEC website as well to verify your status. And I also say this because previously, before now, during previous election, we've had people who have registered with the voters card with this slip that they have. So what you do is go online, access the original, the authentic INEC website, put in those data there and see if INEC has your data is verified on their platform. If they do, then you move on to the physical office, any INEC office in your local government, and present those platforms. Then they would either process, if they printed out your PVC card, then they will reignite the process to hand it over to you. Or if not, then the process of making a new one will be made for you.
All right, fair enough. Let's talk politics now very quickly before we wrap up the show. Because, a lot of people tend to focus a lot of attention on the center, the presidency. We've seen a few people in the last week who actually declared to run for president, who are young, or at least young-ish, break from the norm, even if they are not part of the two major political parties yet. But across board, there's a lot of elections that are going to be coming up, the National Assembly, state elections, and all of that. Are you seeing more of an intention from young people to be a part of this? Yes, there might be a part of it with regards to voting, but to be voted, do you find that a lot of young Nigerians are excited, interested? Because people claim that there's a lot of apathy as well to politics now.
Yes, I think the apathy is on both sides. Frankly, for me, I am from the angle of voting, because not all young people that can contest for election. And definitely in 2023, definitely a lot of young people will come outside to contest for election, that is sure. The conversation is if these young people have learned from the mistakes of the previous, what were the challenges? Because in 2019, a lot of young people, a lot of women did come out to contest for election, and it looked like as if that effort did not pay well. Yeah. So I am always from the advocacy of getting every young person to participate in governance in the most minimum level, and so I'm an advocate for PVC. Even if you're a young person, you understand what I'm saying, and you've gotten your party ticket, you're all there, you are capable. Who are those that are going to believe in you to vote for you? The demography is a lot of young people, and I can assure you that a lot of young people do not have their PVC in their hands. So even if you are the best candidate, even if you are compatible with your counterpart, other counterpart, the demography that you are trying to appeal to cannot vote tomorrow, cannot stand up tomorrow to vote. So definitely in 2023, I have a lot of young people, my mates, who in their state, they are vying for elected position, and they have my full support. We have people in all over the state, vying for councillorship, House of Representative, House of Assembly of their state as well. And, they are doing what is necessary. But the conversation is, are young people on that day going to come out and vote?
That is a very important question, because apathy, like I said, we saw what, I keep going back to Anambra State, which had the last elections that the nation witnessed, and how poor the numbers were, even if a lot of people have attributed it to security fear and all of that. But, the mood you get generally, people were very excited in 2015 and 2019, and they're like, see, we did all this, and, if people felt on some level that maybe their voices weren't heard enough. Why is that the reason why, and is there a way we can change that, at least in the next couple of months before things really kick into full gear?
Yes, I think even if we're talking about next couple of months, a lot of things have to come up. And I'll continue to say that the continuous voters registration that ensures that INEC continuously register people, not maybe a few months to election. So this has been on throughout 2020. And all my platform and other youth organizations will be mobilizing people. You understand? You get to, I think last month, in November, we were in Ogun State. Some people didn't even know how to get their voters card or to renew their voters card. And these people cut across all demographics. So this information is not out there. Now, to talk about how we can participate or causes of apathy, the challenges is multifactorial, multi-sectoral, a lot of challenges. You understand what I'm bureaucracy, even the interest to participate. So one thing I discuss with young people is that the war, let me use the word war, you understand me, to change the narrative and participate in politics will take time. And we have to continuously do what we are supposed to do to engage at any point in time. And at a platform I spoke to people, what is our bargaining power as young people? That is your PVC. So right now there's a continuous voters card. What we do on our platform is that when we go into community, we register people. When we register people, once we are through, we have their database, we've registered them. We write a letter to INEC that within this community, the local government, the INEC, we've registered a certain number of people, and we'll be monitoring to ensure that these people are able to get their PVC. Of course, we're not going to print out the PVC for them. So those are the things that we can do. Awesome. So the challenge is that every youth platform, every youth-friendly organization, every youth person should start mobilizing to provide that information. So that at 2023, I personally have a goal to ensure that at least 1 million youth in each state, you understand, have their PVC. So that when we are on the table to have this discussion, politicians or those who are going for elect office are looking for people who can actually put them in that position. Okay. And it is only those who have their PVC that can actually do that. All
right, we have less than a minute to go, but I just want to quickly ask this, because one of the reasons I hear young people say is, oh, we are students, I'm probably schooling in Oyo, but I'm from Jigawa. So if I register in Oyo and during the elections, I'm in Jigawa, how does that work for me? Which leads me to the more important question of, moving your polling station. How easy is that now? Is it still as seamless as, just registering if you're trying to move your polling unit?
Yes, like I said, because 80% of this information is available online. So you can go online and make those changes. What you now have to do is the new place that you have inputted as your local government or area to which you want to vote, you visit the INEC. So if you are in Oyo and you are schooling in Jigawa, online you've changed your location, your address to your school address, you understand, whatever address that you choose. Then you visit the INEC LGA in that community with a printout, you understand me, of this new information, and then they'll definitely update it as well.
Thank you very much for joining us. The conversation is just starting. Hopefully, we're going to get you back a lot more and keep this conversation going, because we need everybody to be a part of this. Thanks a lot for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Like I always say, you can follow the conversation on Twitter. At Rubbing Minds now is the handle. Please use the hashtag Rubbing Minds when you tweet at us. I'll see you next Sunday.